by how enduring the relationship is with the Kennedys. You were mentioning to me earlier today that in popular polls, even though historians disagree with the notion, John F. Kennedy often comes out as the most popular president.
You said it. You know, we always think of John Kennedy from 1963 and what we knew at the time as this great man who was suddenly cut down and ended this period of Camelot. But it was during the 1970s that we found out other things about assassination plots and women and the underworld that you would imagine would cause Americans at least to think a little bit more skeptically about him and certainly about the entire family. And the amazing thing is that polls in recent years of Americans asking who were the greatest presidents, John Kennedy almost consistently comes out at the top by a pretty wide margin, even over Lincoln and Washington. And I think what this suggests is that people are willing to some extent, see what they want to see. All that was very much projected on John Kennedy Jr. I think they projected all of the good, virtually none of the bad.
I have a question for both of you. First, Barbara, because I've been struck today by how much interest there is in the Kennedys across the generations. Why do you think that is?
They are beautiful people. They were people with a great deal of money. They were people with an enormous amount of charm. When John Kennedy gets married, he marries a beautiful blonde who none of us know very much about. It has all of the trappings that we want to have for people whom we look up to and admire. And at the same time, there is that tragedy, there is what I said before, that vulnerability, there are those aspects somehow of wickedness, and again, the risk takers.
Just one quick note about John F. Kennedy's wife. His sister, his wife's sister on board, was, I think, in the banking business, but we don't know very much about her at all. Lauren Bissett. She was an investment banker. She worked for Morgan Stanley Dean Witter in New York City. And
had a twin sister.
And had a twin sister who was in New York today when all this occurred and has now gone to be with her mother in Connecticut. So that question